with a win. Obviously, anytime you can win a game, that's a good thing. And like how we played in the first half, like how we jumped out, and for the most part, what we did in that first half, and not nearly as ecstatic about how we maybe stayed consistently inconsistent in the second half to not play our best. But we have a lot of areas we can continue to grow, and that's what you expect this time of year.
CJ, what was your first experience like playing the Midges as a home player, and how would you kind of assess it?
It was great. I love the energy in there. I was really excited to play against some new guys with my team. We've been playing against each other for a long time, so just seeing the new crowd, seeing the new environment, it was real good. It was real nice.
You feel like that first half, kind of a show of the potential you guys have when you are clicking and everything?
Yeah. We got a great team. A lot of big athletic guys. Just working on our cohesion, I think so, and not getting bored with the process. Working on good habits. I feel like we kind of slipped away there once we seen that score, and but can't let that happen. That's a good problem to have. I told coach.
CJ, you were very aggressive early, attacking the basket. Is that just kind of this mindset you have coming in to just kind of be that player who can attack?
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is playing inside out, seeing the ball going around the basket, and then maybe just going from there. But I had it going around the basket, and I didn't want to shy away from that. So and it was helping the team out, so just kept it going.
CJ, can you expand on that point about finally getting to play someone else after practicing against the same guys every day, finally playing an official game? What's that like coming out from the first one?
I think it's exciting for everybody. I felt the energy in the locker room. I even felt the energy in practice leading up to that. We had a lot of good practices leading up to it. Everybody was excited. Everybody was stoked out to go play out in front of a new crowd. We got a lot of new guys. So, I felt that energy from the jump.
Coach, what did you like just in the first half about the way you guys came out in the first 8-12 minutes?
The defensive pressure, the continuing to execute what we wanted to execute in terms of offensively, how we wanted to play. It's very obvious. You watch, we were trying to get the ball inside early in the game, and the guys did that. But the defensive pressure is really what we wanted to do to establish that to start the game, and I thought we did that. And then by the same token, it was also a game, we knew this team was a very good driving team. This is a team, they were one of the teams in terms of volume, not a very high 3-point shooting team in terms of attempts. Forget percentages of makes, they made some good shots tonight. So we wanted to protect the paint and pressure at the same time, and that's a heck of a challenge. And I thought the first 12, 13 minutes of the game, we did a really good job of that. Not only on-ball pressure, but being in the gaps and protecting the paint and forcing it. And then so what happens as the game goes, it's all of a sudden a 30 or 35-point game, and pressure goes off the opponent. They start putting their head down and going, driving the basketball, and our defense, instead of tightening, got spread out. And it gets spread out, and all of a sudden it's more one-on-one. And that's the challenge, as CJ talked about, trying to get that cohesion to understand you continue to play the game, not the score. And I think at times we did a better job than others tonight.
Coach, 13 different players, nobody played above 25 minutes, so obviously a lot of different combinations. Just how'd you like working in some of those scenarios?
Well, you go into the game, we have a pretty solid 9 to 10 man rotation. You go into the game. Now, foul trouble, a guy getting banged up here or there like Cam and Jordan did just a little bit, that changes it. The score changes the way things go. So you play the guys we played, a lot of guys get minutes, combinations are a little bit different, but that's this time of year, that's exactly what's happening around the country. So I feel really excited about that because we believe in every one of these guys 1 through 16.
CJ, you and your teammates have been playing together for a while now, but with the first game under your belt, how do you think the communication was out there?
It was great. I heard my teammates helping me out, especially against a driving team like that. It's important to be in the gaps. I told the guys just make sure that we say that we're in the gap so that we can feel good pressure in the ball. I think that's where it started for us. And early on, we was really doing that at a high level, and it was allowing the guys on the ball to really pressure the ball. And I think that it was making it harder for the other team to get some buckets because of the person on the ball. So, but yeah, we slipped away from that, and we got it back down. So, yeah.
CJ, what's it been like for guys like you and Jordan working with Cam and RJ who are coming back? How has that cohesion been between the new guys and the returners?
Yeah, it's been good. They're real easy to work with. Everybody got the same goal in mind. And I think that the talks before the games and making sure that we're on the same page is the biggest thing that we got going on right now. And bringing in that energy in practice, bringing the other guys along, the freshmen, making sure nobody falls behind. So we've been doing that at a high level.
Coach, we saw, Travion get the start, and also you talked about his energy in the preseason. You look tonight, 8 rebounds and some things he did. So what does he bring to the table for your team?
Yeah, exactly that. I tell you, man, just relentless effort. And I thought he and Jay both did that tonight. Amongst other guys. I thought a lot of the guys did that. But think about those 2 guys, 2 junior college guys coming in first Division I game. They bring it every day with that kind of energy. And I know CJ would attest to that. But Trevi brings that all the time, attacking the basketball, whether it's on defense, attacking the basketball on the glass, obviously. And there's so far they can both grow in terms of their improvement. But both guys, I thought, you think about that play, Jay goes into the stands to get that loose ball. Some of the times that Trevi just attacks the ball on the offensive glass. Jay's one of the most dynamic rebounders I've been around at the guard spot in terms of his ability to go get it out of his area. So I think they're both just scratching the surface, but you brought that point up, and that's it. That's the truth. That's why he started, and he brings that, and I think our players and coaches really trust Trevion.
Coach, what do you make of the way Jordan Riley came out and kind of took control of the game that early?
Well, we've seen Jordan do it before. I mean, Jordan is an experienced downhill guard that can shoot the basketball. He plays with great pace. He'd be the first to say he made that decision when he tried to throw that ball ahead to Sear off a turnover, and he tried to get Sear run out, and he immediately knew that wasn't the right play to make. But Jordan is a basketball player. He's not just an athlete. He's not just a great finisher. Jordan is a basketball player that knows how to play with great pace. He understands this game. He knows how to defend. And you know what? We have a lot of guys that are basketball players that are really good athletes too. And I thought some of that athleticism showed tonight, but really proud of how Jordan did in his first game with us.
Coach Coastal, they were beating Western Michigan last check. I know you haven't gotten into them yet, but just your team, game 1 and game 2, where do you want to see the most growth this week?
Yeah, until I get a chance to break this film down, Steve, it's hard to give that answer. I know this right off the top of my head. The first thing I would say is the ability to not get spread out on defense, because if you're going to pressure, you can't get spread out. I mean, and that's, just again, from the very top, really quickly being in here, just thinking about it, looking at this stat sheet, the feel I got in the second half, I thought we got spread out. Again, I know Coastal Carolina is a really good team. I know Coach Gray is a really good coach. I don't know what happened with their game tonight. I just know this from no matter what we did tonight, there was going to be a lot of areas to improve, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And playing the score versus playing the game, of course, I hope we're in games where we have this kind of lead. That'd be a good thing for ECU if we're playing with these kind of leads, like CJ said. But more importantly, just the execution of our defense and to not get spread out if we are going to be a team that's aggressive on the ball.
Top one more. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
Coach.
Coach.